Morning, Trainiacs. I wasn't intending on doing this morning, but I've got to wait a little bit until the pool opens to swim. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to do a video that I have wanted to do for a little while. There is a great deal of misconception and misuse of the snorkel. So while we're waiting for this side of the pool to open up, I'm going to talk about how to properly use a snorkel, what snorkel you should use, what kind of drills you should and shouldn't be doing with a snorkel, and what you can expect when you start using said snorkel. Let's do it. All right. So any training tool that you use, whether it's a snorkel, whether it's a pull buoy, whether it's a set of floaty pants, all of these can be extremely beneficial, but they can also be extremely detrimental if you're using them in the wrong way. The right tool used the wrong way can develop bad habits. Now, particularly with a snorkel, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind when you're selecting one. Number one, whether it's a finesse snorkel, whether it's a speedo snorkel, a tier snorkel, there's all different types of snorkels that are out there. Number one, you don't want the one that's off to the side because that's going to get in the way of your arm. Number two, regardless of the manufacturer, there will often be cheaper versions that don't have this little bump. You see this? How it comes down and there's this little bump here? That's an air cleanout valve. You want that. You don't want to buy the snorkel that just has a straight line, because that's going to collect water and it's going to shoot water into your mouth. What's going to happen, basically, no matter how adept you are at using a snorkel, you're going to get a buildup of water here, and that valve down there, that little chamber, it allows you to give it a really good clean out, shoot it out, and not suck in a lot of water. So you want to look for a snorkel that has this little clean out section here. Next thing, when it comes to the finesse snorkels, there is this snorkel here that has just a fairly gradual bend, and then there's another version that has a bend and comes down. Now, oddly enough, that one that comes down with the more severe bend is called the freestyler snorkel, and they recommend it for freestyling. You talk to anyone who uses snorkels regularly in training, they recommend this for freestyle training, because often what happens with that more severe bend is that it comes down, and as people are moving their head, the valve at the top ends up dipping into the water. So I recommend whatever it is, whether it's a finesse or another model, you get just the shallower bend. Next, I've tried things like the Amio Power Breather. Some people like them. I did not. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that this Amio Power Breather, essentially it's like a snorkel on that side and a snorkel on this side. Now, because you have all of a sudden something on the side of your face, what you want in really good freestyle swimming is you want your chin to be on your shoulder. And if your chin has a snorkel in front of it, you're going to create a gap, and that's going to create drag. So I'm not a big fan of that Amio Power Breather snorkel style snorkel that comes around here. So get yourself a basic snorkel, small little bend, chamber here, should cost you about 20 bucks. That's the right snorkel to get. So now that you've got the right snorkel, it's time to get in the pool and start using that snorkel properly. First thing you're going to experience is that it is not as easy as you think. It takes about 3 weeks to get used to the breathing pattern, because when you blow out, there's a little bit of carbon dioxide left in here. It doesn't feel as easy as breathing here, and it's still restricted. It's a little bit harder to get air in through the snorkel than through your mouth. So it's going to take a while to get used to. Try it consistently, about 2 or 3 times a week for about 3 weeks, and you'll get the hang of it. Now, if you aren't swimming 2 or 3 times a week and you're only swimming once a week or once every couple of weeks, just do the math. 3 times a week times 3 weeks, about 9 or 10 times. And 9 or 10 times of using the snorkel is about what you can expect for getting adept at this. A couple of things to help you out when you start doing it is you are going to get water in your nose. I very much don't recommend a nose plug because one of the most important things that we need to do as swimmers is clear oxygen and carbon dioxide out of our body. So we want to have an open nose way, open mouth way, so that it's easy for us to get CO2 out of our body as easy as we can with whatever hole we do it with. That said, with the snorkel, probably about once every 25 or 2 or 3 times every 50, I will blow out of my nose just to clear my nose way. And again, after about 3-4 weeks, you're going to learn how to clean out your nose and almost like basically just have a little bit of pressure that you aren't even thinking about to keep water from shooting up there. Stay patient with it. This is the proper way to do it. Next, how do you start using the snorkel? So the drills and the usage of the snorkel is where the power of the snorkel starts coming in. You've got to do this correctly or you're going to be developing bad habits. Now, one of the key ways to use a snorkel is to be able to do a drill that is otherwise fairly tough. So let's take, for example, kicking. Kicking with your head out of the water and your hands on a board, it tends to encourage sinky legs because your head goes up, your legs go down. Now, elite swimmers can do that because they have the body awareness and the core stability to be able to keep their head up and their legs up. Well, we aren't built like Gumby, like 14-year-old speed swimmers. We are stiff age group triathletes. So what we can do in that case is put the snorkel on, put our head in the water, look straight down, and stick the board way out over top. That's going to enforce good habits. But what you're going to say is, well, I'm not a very good kicker. It's going to take me a minute and a half to get across a 25-yard or meter pool. That's very common. So often what we do with these drills where we're using the snorkel is we do drills and fins. And that is where the snorkel gets really beneficial. When you can take breathing and turning your head out of the equation, it's going to eliminate some of that body wiggle with a lot of the drills that we do. We take kicking out of the equation by keeping a nice narrow kick with those fins. All of a sudden, we are developing a really good body position where we're not lifting our head because we've got the snorkel, we're not spreading our legs because we've got the fins, and doing a lot of drills with snorkels and fins, it tends to be really easy and develop great habits. Now, you might be saying, well, what about taking the fins away as I get better at it? Occasionally we do in some drills where we take the fins away and just have a snorkel, but more often than not, what we want to do is keep that kick very, very narrow, very tight, keep the fins on, take the snorkel away, and all of a sudden have to do that drill without lifting our head. So we, instead of swimming just with this, we swim just with fins. Next thing, and this is my most favorite thing to do, and there is a huge amount of swimming with just a snorkel, band, and pull in Team Trainiac, and that's because instead of making swimming easier, doing the snorkel combined with the pull and the band, essentially it's going to accentuate any side-to-side wiggling that your body has or dropping. It's going to make it a little bit easier in some regards because it takes a lot of the equations out of the scenario, but when we are accentuating some common flaws of that wiggling and that sinking, and we are forcing ourselves to have to try to lift our back end up or keep our back end nice and straight, this is going to be very beneficial. So there you go. You've got the proper snorkel. You know what to expect when you start using it. You know how long it's going to take to get used to it. You know how to use the proper snorkel techniques and drills and incorporate it into your swimming. Now the only thing left to do is go and get yourself the right snorkel. Now what I will do is there will be an affiliate link in the description below to the snorkel that I would recommend. I've actually got to go and take a look right now at what the best deal for the right snorkel is. It might be a Finesse, it might be something else, but whatever it is my recommendation for the best snorkel available on Amazon right now. Link is in the description below. Go check it out. And I'm gonna do this swim now. Later, Trainiacs.